Well, big thank yous for clicking on this video. I've got movie news off to the side. Let me tell you about it. Some of the things we're going to be discussing here today, guys, is it looks like we finally have a release date and a confirmation for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem sequel. We got our first look at Bill Skarsgård portraying the Crow in the new remake, along with what looks to be our title for the new Jurassic World movie, and they got me intrigued. Really, that along with so much more. So you guys know the drill. Leave your opinions down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button, and let's get into talking about some trailers. Starting off here, we had a couple of trailers that have released the past few days, starting off with a new A24 movie titled I Saw the TV Glow. Now, this movie starring Justice Smith, and the plot of the movie goes, two teenagers bond over their love of a supernatural TV show that was mysteriously canceled. And just speaking aesthetically and visually, this trailer has me reeled in. I am loving the vibes it's giving off. A24 movies seem to have that nailed down, you know, the aesthetically pleasing look that a film nerd loves. That, along with the mystery the trailer's presenting here of this mysterious connection two teenagers have to this TV show. The movie did premiere at Sundance earlier this year, and the critics who got to see it gave it nothing but glowing reviews. But it's a real toss-up sometimes with A24 films, because I will sometimes come out loving the movie, being very passionate about it, going, oh, cinema, baby. And other times I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, performances were great, cinematography was great, visually very intriguing, but like, just didn't speak to me. But for now, it's got me interested. I'm gonna give it a treasure and look forward to the movie, and hopefully I come out enjoying it more than I do just appreciating it. Next up here, we have a trailer for a movie called The Watchers. Now, this is an intriguing movie because it's being directed by M. Night Shyamalan's daughter. Ishana Night Shyamalan here is following in her father's footsteps in creating her own thriller. The trailer might not give you that much to go off of, but the premise essentially follows this woman named Mina, played by Dakota Fanning, who's a 28-year-old artist who gets stranded in an expansive, untouched forest in Western Ireland. When Mina finds shelter, she unknowingly becomes trapped alongside three strangers who are watched and stalked by a mysterious creature each night. And that's really the entire premise. It's these strangers who find this little bunker out in the middle of nowhere. They're trapped in it. There's this two-way mirror where they can only see their reflection, but something from the outside is watching them. And I guess the movie's going to be about them trying to figure out how to escape, or what these creatures are, or what the whole deal is. Honestly, it sounds like the setup to an M. Night Shyamalan movie, so she's on the right track. And in situations like this, I'm curious to see how far the apple falls from the tree. Is she going to rely on a twist at the end of this movie? It very much feels, just from the premise, that there's going to be some sort of twist with these creatures by the end. But the thing that always makes a Shyamalan movie noteworthy is, does that twist make sense? Does it resonate with the audience? I'm hoping she pulls off something here that is of her own and is not just trying to recreate her father's magic. But so far, this has got me intrigued. I'm giving it a treasure, and will you guys be checking out The Watchers? One more thing before we get off the trailer spot. The past 3 days, we have been teased on social media little photographs for The Strangers, and it looks like tomorrow will be the day that they finally release our first full-length trailer for The Strangers Part 1. Remember, this is a trilogy. They have already filmed all 3 Stranger movies. As a horror fan, I really am curious to see what they came up with here, so just be on the lookout tomorrow, because I'll probably make a whole separate video on that. But alright, moving on from there, we got revealed some new release dates for upcoming Paramount movies, and let's go into them one by one. So we did get revealed that Paw Patrol 3 is apparently happening. There's gotta be some 7-8-year-old freaking out, losing his mind, that has watched Paw Patrol 1, Paw Patrol 2, and he's like, dude, you don't even know. They have built an insane arc for Paw Patrol 3. Things gonna be epic. But that movie is looking to be released July 31st, 2026. So I hope you still like Paw Patrol in like 2 years, man, because that's how long you gotta wait. Sit down and eat your applesauce. Then we got revealed something I'm actually very much looking forward to, and I'm trying to put it on your radar so you can be looking forward to it. The Naked Gun Reboot. Now, if you've never heard of the Naked Gun series, I do suggest you go and check them out. They're not exactly masterpieces, but boy, are they hilarious. The main reason I'm excited for this reboot is because I do think parody movies are a dying art. We rarely get them, and it's why I'm really excited for this new reboot. But watching that will remind you, the jokes used to be clever. There used to be some thought put into these parody films, and it wasn't just, oh, let's get this celebrity lookalike to make a fart joke. They starred Leslie Nelson, who is also a parody movie king. He's shown up in so many great films, from the Scary Movie franchise, superhero movie, Naked Gun, and really countless others. This guy was just comedic gold. Well, anyways, we got revealed that they'll be coming out with their reboot of the series coming July 18th, 2025. Now, I actually have high hopes for this one. It's going to be starring Liam Neeson, and it's going to be directed directed by Akiva Schaffer. Now, again, if that's a name you're not familiar with, you probably have seen his work. He has done the movie Hot Rod, Popstar Never Stop Never Stopping, and the recent Chip and Dale movie on Disney Plus, which so far is the best original Disney Plus movie made. He's also a member of The Lonely Island, and looking at that resume of work, he is one of the rare few people that takes the art of parody seriously. This movie's also being produced by Seth MacFarlane, who also just produced the Ted series on Peacock that was so hilarious. Like, all the ingredients are basically there to make this new Naked Gun movie awesome and bring back the parody genre in a big way. I'm really hesitant on how Liam Neeson is going to be able to pull it off. The closest thing we got to how his performance will go is that one scene in, I think, Ted 2 when he's buying Lucky Charms. I obviously can't play you the full clip here, but if you got time later today, just look up Liam Neeson Lucky Charm, and you can kind of see the Leslie Nelson in him, the deadpan serious humor. I don't think he's quite there, but I'm hoping with this director, Seth MacFarlane, everything involved, it's going to be great. Like, I'm just excited for this. I want parody movies back, man, but we'll see. I'm just kind of excited, and I'm glad that movie's still happening. July 18th, 2025. Ooh, man, 2025 is going to be a great year. And then that brings us to the release date for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem 2. The movie is set to be released October 9th, 2026, and is the reason I busted out this jacket here. Man, I'm so happy Paramount sent me this. I love this thing. But I'm also so happy that Mutant Mayhem finally got the confirmation of a sequel headed our way. You know, it was kind of scary there for a minute whether they were going to continue in the universe or not, just because the first movie didn't do as amazing as they hoped for at the box office. But no, Paramount and Nickelodeon are investing in this Seth Rogen version of the Turtles. They have a cartoon series coming out this summer that I'm going to be checking out, hoping that's good. They also announced a video game in that universe, so that's going to be fun to play. And now we got this sequel confirmed. There's so many things I want to happen in the sequel. For one, Shredder better be a badass. I kind of hope they take the second movie a little bit more seriously and they play into that factor of seeing the Turtles grow. You know, it was very apparent to me that in this first movie, they were preteens. They were 14, 13-year-olds. This time around, I'd like to see them be 15, 16-year-olds where they're a little edgy, a little annoyed. Maybe they're mean to their parents. We all were at that age. I also want to see how much them going to high school has affected their personality and their relationship within the brothers group, because I really think that they're going to go their separate ways for a large part of that movie. You know, Mikey with the theater kids, Raph with the jocks, Leo with like the school spirit kids and running for class president or something like that, Donnie with the tech heads. Like, they're probably going to give up on wanting to be martial artists too. But man, when Shredder comes in to wreck their lives, it's going to be epic. So many cool and exciting things. It just sucks we have to wait to the year 2026. Like, man, I'm getting so old. But I'm sure it'll be worth the wait. You see these release dates for upcoming Paramount movies. Which are you most excited for? Don't you dare comment Paw Patrol 3. Okay. Next up here, we got our first look to Bill Skarsgård in the new Crow remake. So if you've been a film fan for a long time, I'd say more than like 10 to 15 years, you know two things. There was once a Crow movie with Brandon Lee, tragic passing on set. And two, they've been trying to make this Crow reboot remake for years. So many famous actors in Hollywood have been through the list of almost being in this movie, from Bradley Cooper, Jason Momoa. A lot of Crows turned away from this movie, and then when it was finally getting filmed, we just heard nothing about it. It's like, I don't think this movie's happening. But alas, it got confirmed. We're going to be getting this Crow remake come June 7th, 2024. And here's our first look at Bill Skarsgård in the movie. And yeah, it hasn't exactly gotten a lot of great internet buzz online. A lot of people are not loving the look of the Crow in this movie. So many people are comparing it to Jared Leto Joker from Suicide Squad. And yeah, I can totally understand those comparisons with the tattoos and the makeup on his face, but you know, it could still end up being good. Honestly, my biggest hesitation with this Crow remake is the fact that it is a remake. Because again, if you're someone not too familiar with the Crow, it's essentially a person who gets killed and is then gifted the powers of the Crow to get revenge on the person that wrongfully killed them. It's the type of premise that you can copy and paste into any other situation and create a brand new story. And there were other films in the franchise, movies that I have admittedly not seen. I've only seen that original Crow. Maybe I'll go back and watch all of them and review them here for the channel for you guys when the new one comes out. But basically what I'm saying is, with the premise of the Crow, you could create any story. You just have to involve a main character dying wrongfully and them getting revenge on them people, and you could honestly do anything. So it's so weird that for this movie they just decided let's just retell that original story again in a modern way. And you know they're going for the modern approach because the creatives of this movie mentioned that the look that they're going for with Bill Skarsgård was inspired by people like Post Malone and Lil Peep. You know, these artists that like tattoo all over their face and bodies and, you know, celebrities like that. And the main character of the original Crow is a musician, so this is their modern interpretation of that. I don't know. I love Bill Skarsgård, and I was honestly really looking forward to him in this role, but I just feel like this movie's not going to live up to the hype. It's going to be so much compared to that original, and they could have just avoided that if they created their own original story or did something different. But again, this is us just looking at the photos. That probably means they're going to be releasing a trailer very soon, maybe tomorrow even, but probably in the next few weeks, and that trailer could completely change things around. You know, the visuals, the action, type of tone they're going for, it could honestly be great. But from these photos and them just remaking that original movie, but I toss it off to you guys. How are you feeling about the Crow remake? That brings us here to talk about some Jurassic World. We have been talking about this movie a lot the past couple of weeks since it got announced. Just to quickly sum it up for you guys, we found out Universal is fast-tracking a new Jurassic Park movie. It's going to be following in the footsteps from the last Jurassic World series and creating a brand new story from there. It's not bringing back Chris Pratt or Bryce Dallas Howard. The writer of the original 2 Jurassic Park movies, David Koepp, is coming back to write this movie. And just the other week, we found out Gareth Edwards will be directing it, and he did 2014's Godzilla, which gives me a little bit of hope that this movie could actually be good. My only hesitation with it is how fast Universal wants to pump this movie out, because they don't want any director coming in and changing up a part of the story. They just want them to make the movie as the script is written. And well, it looks like insider Daniel RPK is reporting today that he has found out the title for this new Jurassic Park movie, and it's going to be titled Jurassic City, giving us our smallest hint to what could possibly be going down in this new Jurassic World film. And well, as film fans, let's start the speculation. So when it comes to the title for a Jurassic Park series, you have to remember what the main premise of the Jurassic Park world is. It's theme parks with dinosaurs, right? That's what John Hammond originally wanted and created with bringing dinosaurs back to life, right? Disney World with dinosaurs and all that. So that made sense why the first film was called Jurassic Park. Then you get to the Jurassic World era and we finally have the park up and running. People are actually visiting, there's rides, there's pets, there's dinosaurs, all of it. It's great. And they named it Jurassic World, similar to like how Disney World. So it always seemed like whenever you made a new Jurassic Park series, you kind of follow that pattern, whether it would be Jurassic Land, like Disneyland. But here it looks like maybe they're breaking the mold a little bit and not exactly going with the theme park aspect and just calling it Jurassic City. Now, I'm sure I could probably look online and find a couple of theme parks that have city in its name, but since we know that this movie is following in the footsteps of what the Jurassic World series set up, and that's where dinosaurs are everywhere, left and right. You walk out of your house and you can run into a velociraptor on your way to 7-Eleven. My mind immediately goes to some sort of escape from New York situation, where although Jurassic World Dominion set it up to that, yeah, humans are fine. If dinosaurs are everywhere, we're living amongst them. This is their world, our world, we're fine. I'm thinking they're gonna backtrack that a little bit here and probably try to contain all the dinosaurs in one location, at least in heavily populated areas. So Jurassic City makes me think that maybe there is a city where all the dinosaurs are kept. They build a border, they have them all there, sort of like Escape from New York style with all the criminals in one area. Pairing that up also with the knowledge that they want to make this essentially an action-based movie, because they tried to get director David Leitch to make this film and his filmography just screamed action movie. I'm getting the idea of like a search and rescue type of thing, or maybe kind of like we need you to go into Jurassic City and try and do something. Someone's stuck in there, or in fact maybe it's like Army of the Dead, that Zack Snyder movie where they're like, yeah, but there's like a vault there and there. We're surrounded by dinosaurs, so I'm gonna send a military group in to do a job. I don't know. That's where my mind goes. It's probably completely off, but to me, this is definitely already sounding like the sequel I really wanted Jurassic World Dominion to be. Because as a Jurassic Park fan, I'm never gonna recover from the fact that they spent a series building up to a world where dinosaurs were everywhere. You no longer needed an excuse to bring your characters onto that random island, throw them there, and have them meet dinosaurs. So what did they do? They still took our characters and threw them in a random island with dinosaurs when there was already dinosaurs everywhere. I wanted to see what Las Vegas looked like with the dinosaurs running around. I want to know what New York is like in the subways when you have velociraptors in there. Like, the most exciting thing about what that series set up, we avoided it completely and instead got little Fast and Furious action sequences. So I don't know. I'm thinking that the reason they're wanting to fast track this is to maybe correct their mistake and the disappointment some fans had with Dominion. Your guys' minds is probably also already racing with theories and speculation, so please put it in that comment section. Title it Jurassic City Theory, then write what you think the movie's gonna be about, and then when I do one of my streams, I'll probably read them and post on the Clips channel my favorite theories on what you guys are thinking. But that's my idea, right? It's some sort of enclosed city with a barrier, with dinosaurs everywhere, and they gotta send in a group of military men for a job. What that job is, who knows? But that right there, I'm like, okay, I'll watch that. I'll watch that. But again, though, this is just a rumor, not the official title. It could change. It could be something different. Heck, I saw that there was already a Jurassic City made by some, like, low-budget company. But I throw it off to you guys. What do you think about this? And, well, that's all movie news we currently have going on right now, guys. I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch me talk some movie news. Don't be forgetting to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.